Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at the 270 Winchester. We're going to compare it to the 6.8 Western. I'm going to go over the history of each of the cartridges, the performance that they give you downrange, and if you're in the market for one, which one might be better off for you. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like. Let's go ahead and look at them. The 270 Winchester was introduced by Winchester in 1925. The parent case to the 270 Winchester is this guy to the right. This is the 30-06. And so the 270 Winchester basically has the same case. It's just necked down to 0.277 diameter instead of 0.308. And the whole idea of why Winchester wanted to produce this was they wanted a flatter shooting, potentially farther distance shooting cartridge than the big old 30-06. Bullet selection wasn't near as abundant, you could say, in the 20s. And so shooting a smaller 130 grain bullet, a little bit faster than the big old 150 grain bullets, it definitely would shoot flatter and have a little bit better range. And so the 270 is still very popular to this day because it does perform very well. Now the 6.8 Western, it doesn't have a lot of history to it because it's really brand new. It came out in early 2021. The parent case is the 270 Winchester Short Mag. And so yes, the 6.8 Western is a Magnum. It actually has roughly around 10 more grains of powder capacity than the 270 Winchester. And so that gives you roughly around about a 200 feet per second advantage over the 270 Winchester. Now, what this cartridge was specifically meant to do was be able to shoot really high BC bullets. So what Winchester and Browning did is they put a faster twist rate in the rifles. And so, the 6.8 Western has a 1 and 7.5 twist rifle, while normal 270 Winchesters have a 1 and 10 twist. And so that faster twist rate allows it to stabilize the higher, heavier BC bullets. I just mentioned that the 6.8 Western roughly has a 200 feet per second advantage over the 270 Winchester. Now let's go ahead and look at the actual differences in factory ammo. I would love to look at reloaded ammo. Unfortunately, 6.8 Western just doesn't have a lot of information right now on what you can get when you load it yourself. So we're going to use the fastest 270 offers, which is the Hornady Super Performance ammo. So using a 140 grain bullet, let's just scroll down to see what kind of performance you get. All right, 140 grain bullet going muzzle velocity of 3,090 feet per second. And that muzzle energy is 2968. That is really good. You're really pushing the performance with that 270. This is definitely cooking. And I wouldn't feel undergunned at all using this for elk. Let's go ahead and see what the factory ammo says for the 6.8 Western. Now there's a few offerings in the 6.8 Western, which is great. More ammo coming out, the better. I think the 165 grain AccuBond one is probably one of the better performers. Let's go ahead and look at it though. All right. The 165 grain is going 2970, so almost 3,000 feet per second, which that muzzle energy gives you 3,200 foot-pounds of energy. So about a 300 foot-pound energy difference between the 6.8 Western and the 270. So it's noticeable. Now looking at downrange ballistics and performance, we're going to use that same 140 grain Hornady SST bullet with a BC of 0.495. That muzzle velocity of almost 3,100 feet per second. And the energy at 2969. Recoil, this cartridge is pretty moderate, which is really nice. So about 17. And then let's go ahead and look down range. So out to 400 yards, your velocity is 2355, and the energy still at 1700 foot-pounds of energy. So as I said, plenty of power. Now looking at the 6.8 Western with that factory ammo, 165 grain AccuBond long range with a really high BC of 0.620, muzzle velocity of 2970, energy 3200 foot-pounds, which is the same as a 30-06. Recoil is roughly around the same as a 30-06. It's going to be anywhere from 21 to 23. And let's go ahead and see the downrange performance. This is definitely going to outperform the 270 Winchester at 400 yards. It's almost going 2,400 feet per second, and that energy is 2,091 foot-pounds of energy. Also, if you look at the drop, it actually drops a little bit more than the 270. So, that 270 shooting that lighter bullet faster does give you one little bit of advantage, but it's around an inch of a difference. Let's go ahead and see the potential of this cartridge. Not that I advise people shooting game out to this far, but it's still going to have 1,500 foot-pounds, probably around 650 yards, so it's pretty impressive. So this cartridge is definitely meant for long-range shooting, so it does give really good performance downrange. All right, so the question is, if you're in the market and you wanted a 270 caliber rifle, which one would you pick? Between these two, it really depends on your needs. If you're solely looking just for a hunting rifle, you're not really interested at shooting long distance at paper or at metal targets, I think the best bet is classic 270 Winchester. It gives great performance. Yeah, it's about a 300 foot-pound difference downrange on animals, which compared to the 6.8 Western, but it still has plenty of power and is still very relevant in 2021. And also it has cheaper ammo and cheaper rifles to choose from. So if you're a budget hunter, this might be your choice. Now, the 6.8 Western, if you like shooting long distance, if you like shooting these high BC bullets, and you just want a bit more power than what the 270 gives you, you really can't go wrong with the 6.8 Western either. I think it's a great cartridge, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. Which one would you pick? And thank you for watching. Have a great day.